Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now December 30th of 2024, and given that the entirety of Hollywood right now and the media is in shambles, we also know that there are many out there that are beginning to turn their backs on those like George Clooney and Julia Roberts, just to save themselves, just to kind of give them some breathing room after, of course, the loss in 2024. And we all know that Julia Roberts is getting a lot of heat from those out there that once supported her, that once used to rave about her, those like Bill Maher, those like Jimmy Kimmel, and even those, of course, like Sunny Hostin, for example, that are now criticizing Julia Roberts, that are now putting her on full blast. And something truly unexpected. We have seen this big shift where now, of course, they are all eating each other when the chips are down. Alright, this is something that I think that we all saw coming within the past 6-7 months or so, and here we are at the very tail end of 2024 witnessing it ourselves. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. So those out there on The View like Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin, the main subject of this video, is that we know that they are desperately trying to latch on to their careers, right? We know that the ratings disaster is only worsening over time for The View via ABC/Disney, and other programs like Jimmy Kimmel Live is taking a big hit as well. Interestingly enough, though, we have those like Sunny Hostin now criticizing Julia Roberts. I guess she wants to get some form of credibility, or she wants to actually save her image, whatever's left. It's not going to help because people see through all this nonsense. We know that some of these personalities/public figures are going to say whatever they have to say to save themselves and to stay on the air. So let's get into this, shall we? Now, with the entire media in Hollywood now going through multiple financial setbacks and ratings disasters, one monumental development now involves more to do with Julia Roberts and how Sunny Hostin comes into the mix, where she recently put Julia on blast in response to the major backlash that she received. Sunny delivered the following: "As a woman, I think that we need to start relying on women with common sense. Since, of course, by the time we get closer to 2028, for far too long in 2024, I believe not only were we misguided by those like Julia Roberts, who served as a symbol for women who really made us believe that we would win in 2024, well, thanks to Julia, we were wrong. We were dead wrong on that one. And it's a tough truth to swallow because of those like Julia really giving women false hopes about the election. I think we need to start relying on more trustworthy women with massive platforms next time around. I can't afford to have another like Julia Roberts. We just can't. We made that mistake once and we can't make the same mistake again. And I'm hoping, just hoping, that we can look up to new talent for the 2028 cycle that will truly make a change in people's decision making, because we have to choose those that are in the public eye, those that are considered personalities wisely. I can let everyone know right now that I am trustworthy to both my loyals and newcomers, but when you have someone like Julia Roberts with such a large following and a very dated history as an actress, we all thought instantly that we could trust her instincts, and I can only wish that we had the ability to go back and change that belief, because it harmed us. It truly did. It's why we lost. It really steered us in the wrong path, and I hope nobody ever makes the same mistake with that one again. I'm all for celebrity endorsements when it comes to politics, but we can't have another Julia Roberts or George Clooney type of situation on our hands. We need those that are willing to stay true to themselves and true to the world. This is what I thrive for. This is what I fight for. It is my mission to really put up and put out the word out there that we can make change. Julia has been speaking recently, and I think she should just stay quiet at this point, because she's only making things worse for herself. So let me just stop here about what Sunny Hostin is basically saying, is that basically what she's saying is that celebrity endorsements matter, and that it really contributes to an election win or loss. Now look, yes, to a certain extent it may contribute to that, to a certain extent. But the main reason really boiled down to people's common sense, having a mind of their own, and just seeing through the number one problem that people wanted to fix. And that's what people are actually called out to change, right? So, no, I don't think it mainly has to do with celebrity endorsements. It's a very minor impact on how all of these elections take place and how the outcome plays, right? So I think she's got it totally wrong. I think that what she should be focusing on, if anything, is to just be quiet herself. You know, she's one to say Julia Roberts should be quiet. I think Sunny Hostin needs to be quiet because she also doesn't matter. She talks about public figures and personalities, you know, getting into politics and all this. Well, she is a public figure / personality on live television / The View via ABC / Disney. So, this is what I mean by a lot of these talking heads, is that they tend to be very hypocritical, whether they know it or not. And that's just what they do, right? This is basically just a talking point, I think, by her to stay on the air, to keep some of the fans that she still has, because she's losing them by the thousands. We talked about this a couple of days ago through new statistical data. We know that a lot of those are also bailing on Julia Roberts and George Clooney. Streaming services, of course, you know, anything related to their past films / movies, TV shows, whether it's on Netflix, HBO Max, or whatever streaming platform it's on, those viewership numbers are dipping massively for those actors / actresses. But what's interesting here is that she goes on to conclude, but if these actors and actresses that are, as we found out, were misguided themselves and didn't really know their own instincts, we can't be relying on the same public figures. We must focus on new rising stars to lift us up and inspire us on how we think forward. And to Julia, it would be best for her to separate herself from George, because I think they are both just getting extensive criticism right now. It might be best to stay out of the spotlight. It would be good for them, and it would be good for us to recover properly, and I think that's what we need. So, again, she is truly throwing Julia Roberts under the bus on this one, and look, it's nothing more than to save her own career. We know that ABC / Disney, they have been having serious discussions. We'll have a lot more to talk about this in about a week or two, but we have talked about this lightly of what's been going on there. There have been serious conversations with Bob Iger, the Disney studio executive heads, the board of directors, of either ditching Sunny Hostin or getting a new voice on there that would argue with her to boost ratings, because their ratings aren't so hot right now. So again, there we have it, Sunny Hostin really just criticizing Julia Roberts, really just putting her in the hot seat. And is it going to help anybody? I highly doubt this. I think it's not going to change anybody's mind about Sunny Hostin and how her overall behavior is on television or what she believes in. She's still somewhat tapping into the illogical nonsense, right? She's making it like celebrity endorsements equal a election outcome. And that's the main, you know, contributor to the outcome. It's not. When it comes down to the outcome, mainly it has to do with policies. But like I've said before in the past, I mean, Sunny Hostin has no clue what she's talking about. She will continue to spew this garbage, you know, whether it's, you know, when she talks with Whoopi Goldberg or Joy Behar or herself. She will continue to do this as we roll into 2025, and especially as we head into February. We'll talk more about that as well. Overall, I would like to hear what everyone has to say about all of this between Julia and Sunny in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.